On January 23, 2025, a historic executive order was signed. This order, issued by President, seeks to finally declassify all remaining government records. These records pertain to three pivotal assassinations in American history: President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This move signals a commitment to transparency. It marks a significant step towards addressing decades of speculation and unanswered questions. This executive order is a victory for proponents of open government. It acknowledges the public's right to access information about these tragic events. For years, researchers, historians, and ordinary citizens have demanded the release of these classified documents. They believe these records hold crucial details that could shed light on the truth behind these assassinations. This declassification has the potential to reshape our understanding of these pivotal moments. It could reveal hidden truths about the motives and conspiracies surrounding these deaths. The American people deserve to know the full story of these tragedies. This order signifies a major step towards achieving that goal. The assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. left an indelible mark on the American psyche. These events shook the nation to its core, leaving behind a trail of grief, unanswered questions, and deep-seated suspicions. The passing decades have done little to quell the public's thirst for answers. Conspiracy theories abound, fueled by the lack of complete transparency from the government. The release of these classified records has the potential to be a watershed moment in our understanding of these events. It could confirm or debunk long-held suspicions, expose potential cover-ups, and provide a clearer picture of the forces at play. This is not just about revisiting the past, it's about understanding the present. The decisions made and actions taken in the aftermath of these assassinations continue to shape our world today. They have influenced our political landscape, our social fabric, and our perception of power and accountability. By shedding light on the past, we can gain a deeper understanding of the present and make more informed decisions about the future. The executive order explicitly states that the continued withholding of these records is not in the public interest. This statement underscores a fundamental principle of a democratic society: the right of the people to access information held by their government. Transparency is essential for accountability, and accountability is the bedrock of a functioning democracy. When governments operate in secrecy, it erodes public trust and creates an environment ripe for suspicion and distrust. By choosing transparency, the government is making a powerful statement. They're acknowledging the public's right to know the truth, however uncomfortable it may be. This decision recognizes that a government accountable to its citizens is a government that is more likely to act in their best interests. This declassification is not just about satisfying historical curiosity, it's about upholding the principles of openness and accountability that are essential for a healthy democracy. By releasing these records, the government is sending a clear message: the American people deserve to know the truth about their past, no matter how unsettling it may be. The path to declassification has been long and arduous. For decades, these records have remained largely out of reach, hidden behind layers of bureaucracy and claims of national security concerns. The reasons for this secrecy are complex and multifaceted. Some argue that releasing the information could jeopardize ongoing investigations or compromise intelligence sources and methods. Others maintain that disclosure could damage the reputations of individuals involved, even if they were not implicated in any wrongdoing. However, the passage of time has diminished the validity of these arguments. Many of the individuals potentially implicated are no longer alive, and the national security concerns that may have been relevant decades ago are likely moot in the present day. The continued withholding of these records has only served to fuel speculation and erode public trust. This executive order recognizes that the benefits of transparency outweigh the potential risks. It acknowledges that the public has a right to know the full story of these events, even if it reveals uncomfortable truths. Section 5. The weight of national security. The executive order acknowledges the need to balance transparency with national security concerns. It tasks the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General with reviewing the records. They must ensure that any information whose release could genuinely harm national security is redacted. This review process is crucial to ensure that the declassification does not compromise ongoing operations or intelligence sources. However, the order also emphasizes that the presumption should be in favor of disclosure. The burden of proof lies with the government to demonstrate why any specific piece of information should remain classified. This approach reflects a commitment to transparency and recognizes that the public interest should take precedence whenever possible. The review process will undoubtedly be complex and time-consuming. However, it is a necessary step to ensure that the declassification is carried out responsibly and in a manner that protects both national security and the public's right to know. The executive order sets a tight timeline for the review and release of these records. The Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General have 15 days to present a plan for the full release of the JFK assassination records. For the RFK and MLK assassination records, they have 45 days. This expedited timeline reflects the urgency of this matter. Decades have already passed, and many key witnesses and individuals with first-hand knowledge of these events are no longer alive. Every day that passes increases the risk that crucial pieces of information will be lost to history. The longer these records remain classified, the more opportunities there are for speculation and misinformation to fill the void. This executive order recognizes the need to act swiftly and decisively to ensure that the truth about these events is finally revealed. The clock is ticking. The responsibility for carrying out this historic task falls on the shoulders of the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General. These individuals are tasked with ensuring that the review process is thorough, objective, and conducted with the utmost integrity. They must balance the competing interests of transparency, national security, and the privacy of individuals mentioned in the records. Their decisions will have far-reaching implications, shaping our understanding of these pivotal events and potentially revealing long-held secrets. The American people are counting on them to carry out this duty with the gravity and seriousness it deserves. This is not just a bureaucratic exercise, it is a quest for truth and accountability. The eyes of the nation and indeed the world are watching. The declassification of these records has the potential to unlock long-held secrets and rewrite history as we know it. It could confirm or debunk long-standing conspiracy theories, reveal hidden truths about the motives and actions of key players, and provide a deeper understanding of the forces that shaped these tragic events. This is a pivotal moment in our nation's history. For too long, these records have remained hidden, fueling speculation and mistrust. Their release has the power to bring closure to the families of the victims, provide answers to lingering questions, and help us to better understand our own past. This is not just about looking back, it's about moving forward with a clearer understanding of who we are as a nation. The truth has the power to heal old wounds and bridge divides. The American people await the release of these records with a mixture of anticipation, trepidation, and hope. Anticipation for the long-awaited answers that these documents may hold, trepidation about the potential for uncomfortable truths to come to light, and hope that this act of transparency will finally bring closure to these dark chapters in our nation's history. This is a moment of truth for our nation. It is an opportunity to confront our past, learn from our mistakes, and emerge stronger and more united. The release of these records will not erase the pain of these tragedies, but it can help us to move forward with a greater understanding of our history and a renewed commitment to the principles of transparency and accountability. The truth may be painful, but it is also liberating. The nation holds its breath. Please subscribe to Top News Today and like the video.